Hello, everybody, and welcome, all my horror fans. It's great. It's great to have you in here. I know there's been a little bit since like a review video, but today we are going to review Madman. So, this movie, to be honest, I've watched it 3 or 4 times. A couple days ago was the fourth time me watching it, and it's a cult classic, but it's one of those cult classics that I don't know why it's a cult classic. A lot of people say it's the box art. So this time I watched a different way to watch it. Joe Bob Briggs, who has The Last Drive-In on Shutter, which is the successor to Monster Vision. So what it is I was watching it and trying to get a new feel for it because people love this movie. I was told years ago about this movie, and every time I watch it, I'm like, it's convoluted. So in the beginning, you see all these scenes when they're singing the song around the campfire, and it's the way everybody dies. This movie was really it's the only movie the director ever did. The screenwriter didn't do a whole lot else. The only one in here that's recognizable used a different name for the film, and she's from Dawn of the Dead. Nobody else in here you've seen anywhere else. And it's basically there's a madman walking around and he's killing people. There's no like background to why he's killing people. There's a lot of things in here. When you're watching it, you're like, oh, that doesn't fucking make sense. So I thought, hey, maybe this time I'll watch it and the kills are gonna really bring me. Well, there's not really kills that are like interesting. They're not unique, they're not cool. They weren't very interesting. The music isn't that great either. As Joe Bob says, the best thing about this movie is the theme song. The Legend of the Madman is the best thing about this whole movie because it is a convoluted mess of crap. The kills are uninteresting. The music isn't very good. The pacing is all over the place. And there's like weird scenes of them laying on the floor or the hot tub scene. These guys are supposed to be romantically involved, and it seems like they don't want to be near each other, and they're like going around in a circle in this hot tub. It's just weird. And there's a dude who thinks he's Batman because he has TP like written on his belt buckle. And to me, this movie just I don't understand. I don't get the cult following. As I was watching, I'm like, this is like I watch slashers. Slashers are my bread and butter. I fucking love it. Some people love them. Some people love your supernatural movies. Some people like your psychological thrillers. I love a good slasher. And this was not a good slasher. It's I would tell anybody to stay away from it. Unless you're really intoxicated and you want a good laugh, stay away from this one because it's not good at all. It's not good, and the way it ends is just weird. It just ends. It just ends, and the other thing that I don't like is the character design. The design for the Madman looks like fucking Sasquatch and the Bigfoot and a hillbilly all rolled into one, and it's just not enjoyable. So I would tell everybody to stay away from this movie because it is boring and it's not a lot of fun. You could get more enjoyment out of anything else, and that's that's. I will give this 1 star, 1 star, and that's being nice. So, as always, I am Chucky. This is the Chucky's Funhouse. You can catch me on Podbean with Splattercast. You can also catch me at Crazy Hero Rise on Twitter. I just launched a secondary YouTube channel, which is not horror related. It is video game related. So it's all the content that used to come here for video games, comic books, retro stuff. It is the Retro Nerd Showcase, and that is on YouTube as well. So, all my horror fans, I will see you next time in the Chucky's Funhouse.